Hey everyone, my name is Gamer Corey and welcome back to another The Division 2 video. Now in this video, I want to kind of go over the supply drop glitch just a little bit and kind of explain what happened to me and what actually worked for me. So during this entire process, there's going to be some game footage that you guys are going to be able to see. It's me literally just running past the area when the supply drop happened to appear for me and how I'm going to actually get a few different items from it. Now for me, this only worked about 5 times and then it just randomly vanished from the map, so I really don't know how it worked, but I was able to loot it 5 separate times after 5 different lootouts. And I'm going to show you guys later in the video that you guys can do this in other areas. Now currently I'm in the pretty much the northern part of the entire map. It's right next to the White House. It's some of the first missions are in here, the first settlement, and I can't remember the actual area name that we're currently in, but it is one of the first areas that you do unlock. And I was just kind of running around from event to event, and this just happened to appear on my map. Now, every time that I've done this, all the different locations that I've done this in, there's always a ton of enemies in here. I don't know why there's so many enemies. I don't know. I can't figure that out because there are other things where you guys don't have as many enemies. So I'm not sure if it just happens to be my luck, quote unquote, or if it's just basically something else. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to loot 2 of our supply loot drops. As soon as we claim them, we're going to want to log out of the game and then basically re-log back in. Now I am showing you that I'm getting a mod slot right here that we can add to our items. And we're gonna go ahead and get to our second drop here in just a moment, but I want to be able to take out these enemies as soon as it seems like as soon as you guys loot one of the supply drops, and I don't know if this is an update to the game or not, then more enemies do show up. So just keep that in mind if you guys are going to do this. And you can only get 2 of the supply drops. So is it really worth it? I guess that's up to you guys if you guys want to be able to take advantage of it or not. But it worked for me. I was able to do this about 5 separate times as I was mentioning before. And then the supply drops just kind of completely just vanish for me. So I really don't know what that is all about. I don't know if it's limited or maybe it is slowly getting patched. But I do show you guys that I was able to do this in multiple locations if you guys watched the entire video. So now we've claimed one. We want to basically get our second one here. And what I should have done right now is gone to this one and started looting it. And I don't know why I was just really waiting, but you can see in the background an NPC, an enemy is actually looting that other supply drop, and it's going to disappear from my screen here in just a moment because he's going to be able to get it. So that is the unfortunate part. So I only was able to loot 1 of the supply drops in this video, but I just wanted to show you guys that it was completely random that the supply drop happened for me, and they can really happen at any time. Now I have noticed that the supply drops pretty much only show up right after you kind of clear out an entire area or like a section of the map. Then you're able to get the supply drops to happen. And then after that, it's kind of random when they do kind of show up. It doesn't happen all the time. But now what we're going to do is we're going to log back out, and then we're going to log right back into the game. And I accidentally clicked cancel there, and I meant to click confirm. So we're going to basically speed up this process so you guys don't have to wait for the entire loading screen, because sometimes it does take a little bit of time. But as soon as you log back, you're going to log back into the game, and you're going to be put basically a little bit a ways from the current area. So what I'm going to do is I'm just basically logging right back in. So it does take a little bit of time to do this. Now this is only double the speed, and I don't really know why it was taking me so long to actually get into the gameplay itself or get back into the game. It just seems like today when I was recording, it just seemed like it was very, very slow today. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's going to be a little bit of server dependent. It's also going to be your internet dependent and how fast this glitch actually works. But I'm trying to keep it as close to real time as possible so you guys can see if this glitch is something for you. So you can see logged right back in, supply drop is still there. I'm going to set my marker. I'm going to look at these guys and check them out, see who they are, see what's going on, and then I'm going to go and head on out to the supply drop location. And what you're going to notice right away is that the enemies are going to be there again, and we're going to have to take them out. Now, this time what I decided to do is I decided not to kill all of them. I decided to kind of only take a couple out so that I can have access to the supply drop as quickly as possible without really getting killed, because as soon as you get killed, and it does seem like the supply drops do vanish for you, and then you have to wait for the next time it shows up on the map. So I'm just going to keep running to the supply drop, and we're almost there. I'm just kind of looking for loot as I was running back up to this location. And you can see that the flares are thrown and the supply drops quite haven't dropped yet. And we're just kind of waiting for them to actually hit the ground here real quick. And there they go. They're coming into the arena, so to speak, right now. And we're just going to go ahead and try to get to them as quickly as possible. I got my drone and my turret available for me so that I can kind of use it as protection. I want to try to get as many people out of the area as possible, but then what I want to do is I want to loot these and claim these as quickly as possible. Now, I don't know why I decided to run past that first one. I did notice that this one was being claimed by an NPC, so I wanted to go ahead and stop that from actually happening. And you can see that he was kind of chilling there for a little bit, but decided to come after me to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and claim this real quickly. And basically all we have to do is claim and see what kind of gear we get. So there we got some gloves. I do later get another weapon as well. And look at that. As soon as I got a raided one of the supply drops, I was able to basically, you know, the enemies started basically coming after me right away. Now, what you're going to notice when I do log back into the game, that time, for whatever reason, I thought I did 2, but I only claimed 1. So that's why it actually disappeared on me. So you guys have to make sure that you guys have claimed 2 or have an NPC claim 1 and you claim the other one. Otherwise, this glitch will not work. But again, it does take a little bit of loading time screens to make this work. But as soon as I do log back in, I actually noticed that there is another supply drop a lot further away from me, so down further in the Federal Triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and fast travel down there. I'm going to load up and come to this location. You can see that the supply drops haven't actually hit yet. I'm going to throw out my turret as kind of backup here, and then I'm going to start taking all these people out as quickly as possible. Obviously trying to make sure that I kill all the people with the shotguns as quickly as possible because they do so much damage. But now you guys can kind of see that you can do this in multiple areas, so definitely give it a try. Make sure that 2 of them are looted, otherwise the supply drop will stop. And unfortunately, when you do spawn in, this one is the better of the 2 because there's a couple different control areas that you can actually, you know, load back into pretty quickly, whereas the one that's in the northern part of the map, you have to travel a fair amount of distance to actually even get to it. So now we're getting a vest here and some armor, so that's definitely going to help us out for later. I need to get out of this area so that I don't get killed. As soon as you get killed, it's going to be pretty much game over as far as that the glitch being able to work or not. So hopefully I've given you guys enough information. The gist of it: collect 2 of the supply loot drops, go ahead and log out, log back in. It will take a little bit of time, and then you guys can come right back to that same location. The supply drop should be there, and then you're going to get some more items. Now, unfortunately, this one isn't quite as good as some of the other glitches, but it is an opportunity to kind of get more experience points if you guys want to be able to do that and get a few items along the way. So hopefully that does help you guys out a little bit with kind of getting some gear. Now, obviously, gear is going to be dependent on your level, so whatever level that you guys are currently at when this happens is the kind of the gear that you're going to be getting from here on out. So obviously, the better level that you have, the better gear that you guys can get. So that's just kind of my input. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy this video in any way and thought it valuable in any way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.
Yeah.